As a doctor, I want to explain what happens to the body in end-stage starvation. This is what we are seeing right now in Gaza. What humanitarian agencies classify as a level 5 famine. That is the highest level. My sources are fellow volunteer physicians on the ground right now, sharing what they're seeing with their own eyes. So the body is in a state of complete collapse. First, the body will go through its fat reserves, and then it will start breaking down its own muscle, including the heart muscle. The gut lining deteriorates, the immune system starts to collapse, making you extremely vulnerable to all types of infections, and wound healing becomes very difficult. The kidneys, the liver, and the brain eventually begin to fail. And children are especially vulnerable because their organs are smaller and their reserves are thinner. Their brains are still developing. Starvation in childhood can cause permanent brain damage, disrupting cognitive development, emotional regulation, and motor skills. So even if they survive, they may never fully recover. This is a very slow and painful death. Let's say food is allowed into Gaza. When the body has been without adequate calories for weeks to months, reintroducing food can be dangerous because it may trigger something called refeeding syndrome, which is when there is a sudden shift in electrolytes after eating, which can cause heart failure, neurological collapse, or even death. You need a massive influx of healthcare workers to monitor this. This needs to be done slowly and carefully. There is such a strict protocol on how to do this. Also, this level of starvation leaves a biological fingerprint. These are called epigenetic changes, which are basically notes on your genes that change how your body reads genetic code, telling them to turn on or turn off. And these changes can be passed down through generations. We see this with epigenetic changes found in the survivors of famine, so the children and grandchildren. They show higher rates of obesity, diabetes, mental illness, even though they were not starved themselves. Their food response has been altered indefinitely because of what happened to their ancestors. And so this is what is being etched into Gaza right now. This feels like a soul-level moral injury. Moral injury happens when you see something so profoundly unjust, so violently against your views, that it fractures something inside of you. You start to question not only the systems that allowed this to happen, but humanity itself. And at the exact same time, I would say the people are refusing to stay silent. What once went unseen is now undeniable, with a growing refusal to normalize what should never have been acceptable. So while this moral injury has likely broken something in all of us, in those cracks, I see a solidarity like I have never seen in my entire life.